Well, I've managed to drag Nick Wyke and Becki Driscoll down to this drab, horrible surroundings of the Isle of Sark. I'm sorry, guys. It's but you have to put up with what comes along. So, you've done your set today, which is very good. Was it hot in there? Actually, it looked a bit.
It wasn't too bad, was it?
They're all right. The tents haven't got any sides on, so they're okay. They're not too bad.
Great set. And you're playing some Appalachian stuff as well, weren't you? Which
we do. I tend to do quite a few Appalachian versions of songs. They're really kind of short and to the point, which I really like about them. But the story is often the same as the British version. Right. I guess they went over there and got tweaked around a little bit, and then. But yeah, there's lots of good. A couple of the songs. Hetty West was a performer from the Appalachians. Right. I'm not sure she's still alive, and she's a banjo player and singer, who's great. And some of those songs are directly from her. So.
And you mentioned Cecil Sharp because he spent nearly a year, 1916, in Appalachians, isn't he, collecting?
He spent a long time out there collecting, and a lot of the stuff comes from Sharp material, one way or another. But it's a great resource to use. So.
Yeah. And there's rumours that you've got material coming together for an album that you might be putting together later in the year.
We finally managed to get enough stuff. We had a go at it last year, and it just didn't work out. But we promised ourselves after the last one we did, where we did write a couple of the tracks in the studio. We promised ourselves that we wouldn't do that this time, so we need to have enough stuff to make it work. But I think we're just about getting there. There's another song to do and another couple of tunes to work out, but we should be there by then. So hopefully we'll do that in the autumn again and try and get it finished either for Christmas or early in the new year.
Is it mainly trad stuff or new compositions?
It's a mixture. It's we've got some stuff that we've written, some traditional stuff that we've just arranged, and some traditional stuff that we've kind of turned on its head and turned upside down and really kind of changed it quite a bit. So it's a kind of a complete mixture of stuff. The
songs tend to be traditional. A lot of the tunes, we've been writing quite a lot of tunes between us. So
you do like to turn stuff on its head, don't you?
Yeah. It's just about. I mean, quite often when we find tunes, we're looking at manuscript stuff, so it's written down, and it's great. You kind of get this kind of blank canvas to do stuff with, and you can tweak notes. Well, I like to do that. Sort of tweak notes, change the endings, change the kind of mode of stuff a little bit, and you can take something and make it sound quite different by doing that. It's quite fun to do.
Yeah. Do you find that, because you work with a lot of other artists as well, do you find that influences what you do and how you arrange?
We certainly get kind of pushed in different ways by different people. We do all sorts of different stuff. The Angel Brothers group that we mentioned before, and they kind of they come from a long way back doing kind of Asian fusion stuff, but it's whatever they do, they've changed their style over the years, but whatever they do tends to have a lot of groove to it, a lot of percussive groove.
It's really important to what we do, and it's not sort of, I think we don't tend to play necessarily really sort of fast stuff, frenetic stuff, but to have that sense of groove is really important to what we do. Yeah.
What are the things you've got in the pipeline? Because you're quite busy over the next few months, aren't you?
Yeah, we're not doing so much stuff together, really, are we?
You're doing quite a lot of stuff with different people actually over the summer.
In August this year, through the work I do with Wren Music, I'm actually taking a group of young musicians to Cape Town to do a music exchange. So I've got 9 teenagers for 2.5 weeks in South Africa, which I'm really, really excited about, and also quite apprehensive as well, as you can probably imagine. So yeah, I've got a lot of my thought is going into that at the moment. So
you have to plan the whole trip, or
Yeah, we've got links up with an organisation in a place called Elsie's River, and so we're going to be going over working with them, and our kids, our teenagers, are going to be visiting schools and doing workshops in traditional music from Devon and southwest England, and then learning about South African music from the guys from Comart. So yeah, it's quite an exciting project.
Yeah,
but
fantastic.
It's taking up a bit of my time at the moment.
Yeah. Can you top that?
No. No, I'm not going. I have to stay here and do the boring things. So. But they're not so boring. There's quite a few gigs on. I've got a band, Gathering, that I'm playing with at the moment. We've got a couple of gigs coming up. Pretty is the next one. And then a few other bits later on into the summer, and then hopefully at that point we'll start getting on with this album. Will be the next thing. So we've got most of the material, but trying to engineer and play stuff at the same time has been
Yeah.
interesting. So we might need another pair of ears. So if anybody's
Objective
listening,
pair of
can
Yes,
help
I
us.
think that would probably help a lot, and
Yeah,
it would probably solve an awful lot of arguments.
Yeah. Well, we'll get an interview in the calendar for next March, say, when you release it, and then we'll see what it's like.
That would
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, fantastic. Enjoy the rest. Well, actually, what have you thought of the festival? I mean,
It's fantastic. It's really, really lovely. I mean, it's
Look at it.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's
just
been
great.
great for me coming here because I actually grew up on Guernsey, and this is the first time I've been back to the Channel Islands in about 20 years.
Wow.
So it's been a really very cool thing to come
Yeah.
here and just be part of this festival. Actually, it's been great fun.
And the programme here has been really good as well. There's
Yeah.
so much different stuff on. It's great. You can flip from one thing, and the way it's programmed, where there's very little going on, there's not two events going on at the same time, so you can hear absolutely everything.
Yeah.
It's
and
brilliant.
the cider
Yeah,
is
but-
fantastic, I have to say. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
Well, it's brewed especially for the festival,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's great.
You see why everyone's so happy on the island, actually. Yeah. Well, thanks for talking. Best of luck for the recording
Thank
in
you.
November,
Cheers.
and have a great summer.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Cheers.
much.